let's have you guys do your player recap. And so feel free, in whatever order you guys want to just recap.
We just hung around at the house yesterday, right?
We really
last
did.
session.
Yeah, a lot of
Hung around at
plotting.
the house.
Yeah, there was we did some plotting.
Mhm.
Tarvik made a healing potion.
Yeah.
Some people read books. Some people did more plotting than others. Uh, Rita did a lovely performance at the inn, retelling our tale.
Yep.
We named the group as well during at the end of that performance.
Days fallen.
Yep.
Target
And there
was
was some fun collaboration between Roland and Rita there, where Roland let Rita in on what he was planning to do, and Rita, like, clearly was not on board, but still got to be on the in on the in. May or may not be on board at this point. It kind of depends on how things go. We'll see.
Yeah, as far as Roland knows, he believes that Rita's on his side. I think that's more because he is magically charmed by Rita right now for the next hour, probably a little less than an
That's
hour
true.
now.
That's
But,
true.
But you all did come into my room, very poorly tie me up, in which I was able to free myself. Roland's hands are free right now, and then left me in my room and went downstairs to talk. But I am still charmed by Rita for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
I
you all
think
would...
where we left is we were just discussing between the three of us, Cassandra, Tor, Tarvik, and Rita, what lengths we're willing to go. And Rita, I think, expressed that she was more on the side of placating Roland and then just dealing with it in the morning. And then I think you two had another plan. So we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. And generally, the I guess the problem is that Roland is cursed by this trident object which Cassandra has in the basement. And Roland is trying to get to it, but the rest of the party won't let him get to it until the morning, when Tarvik can dispel the curse.
Yes, that is very important background.
That's an important thing to say. We should have led with that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Another
all the other
important
stuff
thing
is good.
Another important thing to note, which I only realized after last week's session, is the party in general has known Tarvik less than a day at this point. It has been maybe 16 hours if we're lucky since they've met him. So we've been here for about 4 or 5 sessions. So it's been an interesting day for sure.
Yeah.
That's a really good
long
point.
day. You saved our lives though. And
I did.
yours.
Yeah. I mean, you guys saved mine multiple times as well. So
Yeah. A lot of bonding.
Yeah.
So where are the three of you right now in the house?
I think we were all still in the basement. We're
Mhm.
deciding on sleep order and how we're going to deal with you.
Yeah, so if we want to jump right in here, if you guys don't have anything else to add, like Cassandra just said, the three of them are, just talking downstairs in the basement. And then Roland, you are up in your room. And so right now, we're kind of where Roland has went ahead and tried to be by himself and have some time to trance and recuperate while the others are kind of talking amongst themselves. And so I specifically let us break during this point so that you guys would have a little bit more time to think out of game as you come into your players here and you continue talking. So we will go with, let's do the group for a little bit, and then Roland, I'll cut to you to see what you were doing during your time.
Cool.
Okay, I have two ideas. One idea. I take Rita's loot. You have a loot, right? Or is it a lyre? I forget.
I have both a loot and a lyre.
Okay, I'll take the loot up, and I will just play the lute, maybe splash him with water, just keep him awake until Tarvik has had a full rest. and then we should be safe. Or idea number 2, I just take the trident and I just book it out of town in a random direction and just sleep out in the woods.
Do you think it's
It's not-
a good idea for you to have the trident by yourself?
Well, I
Away from
figured I'd
town?
like wrap it up so I wouldn't touch it.
I would say if we did do that method, maybe, and this would be a good option, I believe. If Rita, you would be willing to stand guard by the door while the trident is not there, you can go along with your original plan of allowing him to get the trident, which would allow you to lock him in this room and kind of take care of the problem if he does get out of those binds upstairs.
Yeah, all of these plans sound reasonable to me. I don't know if we'll be able to keep Roland locked in the cellar. Um, probably the best way to keep Roland from getting it is to take it now and run out of town in some random direction. But there's danger with that. You don't know what you're gonna run into out there by yourself in the night. And
Take
there's a
Tarvik,
chance
I
that
guess.
somehow you could touch it, and getting
Yeah, that's true.
Roland to come back afterward, it's quite I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. If
It's
he follows us, it could be dangerous.
yeah.
Does he have a way of tracking us? I'm not familiar with his skills.
I think magically he's exhausted. But he's a smart guy.
Well, I mean, there is another option, of course.
Sure.
This town does
Knock him
have
out.
an inn, doesn't it? And if you
Yeah.
don't want to sleep outside, you could always just move to the inn. It'd be difficult to trace you there because it probably wouldn't be the first place he would look, and your tracks would be hidden by the numerous other tracks around town. It would cost a little bit of money, but might be worth it
Yeah.
in the long run.
Yeah. You think? Yeah, we could do that. So I'll have to do my trick with the lasso again. So I'll make a little lasso and try to hook it around one of the prongs of the trident.
Okay,
And
I'll
then
say
drag
that
it
happens
over.
easy enough. Yeah.
Okay, and I'll drag it over some. I guess I have like my tent, so I'll drag it over my tent and then wrap it up with the tent.
How about this?
It's
Make a dexterity check, very low DC, just to make sure you definitely don't touch it.
Okay. Yeah.
Blew it out of the water.
All right, so I have it all wrapped up in my tent now currently, and then I'll just tie that to my backpack.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Do you want others to come with you, or would you like to go alone?
This is the end, right? I can go alone.
Okay. Well, if that is the case, I will start my rest, and with any luck, I will uncurse him as soon as I can.
Okay. Sounds good. I will walk out the front door.
Okay, and you head towards the inn. All right, so Tarvik, where are you starting your long rest? Just in the basement?
That's a great question. I think I'd stand around there for a little bit and look at Rita, and then so I don't know if Rita wants to say anything or not, but I'm just standing there for the moment.
I don't know. I guess I'll stay here and guard the larder.
Okay. Okay. Well then, I will see you in the morning. Hopefully you get some rest on the stairs here.
Yeah, we'll
And
see.
okay. And I will go up the stairs because this is like the basement area, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go up the stairs here and I will make my way out of the house.
Oh, okay. And where are you going outside the house?
Like literally just next to the house, I'll just set up a tent and uh get out my bedroll and sleep out there.
Aw.
Because no one told me that I could have a room. So
Oh, that's right.
Word.
Oh. I feel like earlier we invited you to come stay with us. I feel like you know
yeah,
that you're welcome
but
here.
We didn't show him to a room or anything.
And also Tarvik's
there was a lot of things
personality.
happening all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I really like I know this is like like why doesn't he ask the question thing? But I'm like, oh no, it's Tarvik. He doesn't
Yeah.
know things. He's like, oh, I'm not welcome. That's fine. I like the outdoors.
All right.
So
The front of the house, like the side of the house, back of the house.
I don't know. Like if this, we're saying this is the kind of setup of the house, maybe like under this awning here or something like that.
Okay. All right.
Like
We
pretty
have
close to the house.
A pretty substantial like backyard as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that works.
That's
Whatever. Like, just trying to like get out of like if it were to rain in the middle of the night, like I'm not gonna get drenched. I'm not sleeping on roots. Like
You would have
things like
seen-
that.
Yeah, you would have seen walking toward the house that this structure actually is like a barn area where
Mhm.
I doubt you guys had closed the doors because nothing was in there. You probably would have seen that it was fairly empty and it was like a barn-like structure.
Okay, so maybe I'll just set up my tent like right next in between these two.
Okay.
Then
Yeah, I'll say you're at the side of the house here.
Mhm.
All right, so at this point in time, it's been about an hour into Roland's trance here. So you started
Wow.
roughly around 8-ish or so, I want to say, just like rough timeline. And this stuff has not transpired that long. Nothing during this time has probably been that long. So Roland, were you
Okay.
going to stop outside of your trance or just power through your entire trance?
Well, no. So as soon as they left
Mhm.
me on the floor, I'm gonna wait till their footsteps get out of earshot. I immediately stand up and
Ooh,
my hands
alright.
are unbound, so I gag myself. And while they have their conversation, which I assume is at least a good 10, 20 minutes,
Yeah.
something like that, 10 minutes maybe, I immediately go lock my door with my key that I presume I have,
Mhm.
and I am going to, and I swear, you guys, I swear this was my plan before I heard y'all say anything. I'm going to go to my window, I'm going to go climb on the roof, and I'm going to go hide on the roof and start meditating out there.
Oh. All right, let's get you out of the binds first. So go ahead. You have your hands free. Describe to me how you're getting yourself free.
Yeah, so if my hands are free, I'll immediately take the gag off. And if I need, and as soon as the gag's off, I need Mage Hand to help me, whatever I need to do in order to get myself free.
Okay, I'll say with Mage Hand because it's not the most dexterous magical thing. It takes you a little while of just working through the layer of rope that's around you because you had a net on you and then you had them tie a rope on you. So how about during this time period, make a stealth check for me.
What type of check?
A stealth check as you were trying to be as quiet as possible while doing this and kind of shifting and maneuvering yourself in your room. Not very hard.
Is it specifically to get out of the binds, or is this stealth check going to cover more stuff? Because I'll use my GM inspiration depending on how much it covers.
The stealth check is just to make sure that you don't get noticed, that you're not being too crazy trying to get out of this. It's not necessarily you getting out of it. You getting out of it, we're not rolling. Because over time,
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure that I get a different stealth check if it comes up later after I'm on the roof. But I'm gonna just roll regular now, not use GM inspiration.
All right. Oh, yep, just barely. So you're taking some time to maneuver your body, and shifting over so that mage hand can help you, and you're like, pushing against it a little bit to try and slide out. Over time, you're able to do it. So within, like, I'll say 10 minutes, you can maneuver yourself out because no one's watching you, and you have the assistance of mage hand to support you. So it's been a little bit of time. You open your window, and you're climbing out. So make a athletics check for me as you are trying to climb your way out.
Is my window over this little roof here?
No. So this here is how the rooms are ordered in the same alignment as you see. So like Cassandra's room would be over here, and your room would be over here. So the window. So that would have been very interesting. No, it would be right here.
Okay, but there's a roof above this, right? And it's not a two-story roof? Okay, so is this plan accurate to what the roof looks like?
No. This structure is the barn.
Oh, it's a barn. Okay.
Yeah.
So
the structure, just imagine a roof on top of this general layout here.
So what's beneath right here? Nothing?
Nothing. It's open ground.
Gotcha. Okay. So from my window, is it a dormer window? Is there a roof next to it, or is it just wall that goes to the ground?
What's your question again?
Is it like a dormer window where there's like a roof next to it, or is it like just a wall that goes straight to the ground?
No, it's a wall that goes straight down. So you're trying to find like the little crevices within the stone structure to try and like finger grasp your way up, and using the strength to try and climb up.
Well, if I can't get on the roof, that might change my plan. I'm probably going to make a judgment call, and if it seems easier to get to the ground than get to the roof, I'll go to the ground.
Make an intelligence check.
Can do that.
You would know that this is a DC 20 athletics check to try and make it up to the roof. So using that call, you can determine in character.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the ground.
Okay.
For sure.
And that definitely reduces. So go ahead and make an athletics check for me to make sure you don't just fall down on the ground.
Could be worse. Gonna make athletics. 11.
You make your way down a pretty fair amount of the way down the wall before your finger grasp slips on the rock, and you graze your hand a little bit, and you lose holding, and so you fall like 10 feet on the ground.
Damage?
You take, let me roll this, 1 point of bludgeoning damage. And
awesome. Do I get to save against being charmed? Because I took damage.
Save against being charmed.
Rita's charming right now.
Yeah, Rita, what was your... Oh, I have to pull it up.
I think
So there's
still
there's no save. It just wears off after an hour.
If it takes any damage, if you attack it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. If you took damage, then you probably you're not
this
charmed
effect ends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool. Okay. Sorry if that was a little metagamey, but it was a win-win, regardless if I made it or not. So.
No. So okay. Cool. So you've taken damage. I will say, make. Let's see, how loud would that noise have been? Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Is this to determine at this point am I stealthing from my my friends at
This is
whatever
to
point I
see.
get there is when I want to use my
Yeah, Constitution save. This one is to see how well you would have taken the fall as well as the pain. It wasn't much pain, but to see how well you would have like taken the shock to your body as you fell onto the ground. So whether or not you would have made a noise or not.
Yeah, I want to use the GM inspiration for this one.
Okay, you roll at advantage. Oh, it's a good thing you did.
Okay.
That's a really good. You, despite having fallen and feeling that sharp pain on your hand, take it well, and you bear the brunt of it without making too much noise. So based on the passive perception of Tarvik, who's out there on the other side of the building, Tarvik would not have noticed. And Cassandra would have already been outside and gone to the inn, most likely, based on timing of how long it took you to get out of your ropes. So,
was there ever any overlap where I could have potentially noticed Cassandra or her me or anything like that? Hanging from a window?
No, I don't think there would have been overlap just based on you waiting until you didn't hear much noise and then doing your mage hand to get out.
Okay. Fair enough. Then I am going to look for a place to hide, possibly in nearby trees.
Okay. So you know the setting of your training grounds, essentially, which is what the backyard was. So let me just switch over here so you guys can see as well. Ignore the marks on the ground from the previous sessions. But there's lots of trees and the little barn, as mentioned before. Where would you like to choose?
So am I like somewhere over here? The side of the house?
You would be a little bit more to the right. I don't have a map for the extended area over there. It's very plain. There's like just grass on the other side of the house. So where you would find the most hiding spots is somewhere back here. Yeah, and Tarvik, you're right there.
I'm gonna head for this tree. I think I'm gonna head for these trees, but I would pause if I noticed Tarvik.
And I'd say go ahead and make a perception check for me. And Tarvik, as you're out here, what are you doing?
I am sleeping.
Oh, okay.
I have a tent. I mean,
You have a tent?
I was gonna say I would have pitched a tent just in case. I would have a bed roll down. I would be sleeping.
All right, so Tarvik, trying to get as much of a long rest in as fast as he can, is sleeping, and you don't notice him in the beginning, and you try and make your way over. But as you start to scout for a place to hide, I would say you do notice him. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me to see how stealthy you're being right now. Not stealthy. Tarvik, go ahead and roll me a perception check for me. It's going to be a little bit higher, but to see if you rise from your sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a disadvantage just because I am attempting to sleep. Like, maybe potentially actually.
I'm just bumping up the DC high, so you can just roll.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm accounting for that, yeah. So unfortunately,
20.
Yeah, that's just shy. So Roland, despite you not being as quiet because you think you were alone for a while, you do not stir Tarvik while you're over here. But you have this area at your disposal. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think I might just try to get away from him a little bit. I might even. Does the woods extend a little bit behind the house? Like, can I walk 10 minutes away and still be in woods?
No. A little bit meaning there's probably like 20 feet of trees. and then a pathway that goes behind the house. And if you look at the Parabor map here, let me switch over so you guys can see that. There is a small path that goes behind the trees that you can see. So here, this is the Parabor map. So you see there's some trees, and then you go a little bit beyond that, and there's like a path in the back that goes along the coast.
How long of a walk is it to the gate?
That's not that long. That'd be like a 5-minute walk. Not even.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna take 10 minutes. I'm gonna walk away from the house, go out the gate, and go find a place in these trees up here. And I'm going to find a place to sit and to meditate for the next 4 hours.
Okay.
Or however long it needs to complete my long rest.
Your long rest, yeah. Your trance. Yeah. Okay, so Roland is out of the house. So we'll put a stick in here. Tarvik, you are sleeping. Rita, you are still in the basement?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that there's sort of like a landing at the bottom of the stairs before the door to the larder, and I'm just sitting there back against the door trying to fall asleep.
All right. Starting your rest as well. All right, Cassandra. Now we go to you going towards the rowdy room, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna go actually to the temple, because I'm worried that Roland might like question the other two, and I don't want them to know where I'm at.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I want to go to the Holy Beacon
Okay.
and just see if I can sleep on like the pews or whatever they have in the
Right,
general
so
area.
it is
If they let
nighttime.
me in.
It is nighttime.
Yeah.
You knock on the door,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't hear a response.
Do I see any guards around?
You take a look around, make a perception check for me.
Okay. 19?
Take a look around. No, it seems pretty quiet.
Can I try and unlock this door?
Yeah, you can. Roll a thieves tool to pick the lock. All right. So you take a look around your shoulder, kind of lean back, and then you start to work on the lock here, crouching down. And with your very deft skills of doing this multiple times and being very dexterous during your past, you very easily pick the lock. Ting! And it seems to open.
Alright. I walk in.
All right, so you walk in, and despite it being nighttime, there is still like a light glow that seems to light up this this area on the wall. So there's like two sconce-like things, but it has what you assume to be magical light because there's no torch flame at all. But it seems to be a little bit subdued, a little bit of a glow light as you walk in. It appears to be the same as it has been before. It's not a very large space, but it is a very clean space. And you can tell that Galana takes care of this place very well. And she really spends her time here during the day, and apparently, since it seems to be quiet, not at night, as you take in the space before you. You are alone.
Okay. I'm gonna close the door behind me and try and lock it.
Okay, easy enough. You go ahead and do so. You did not break the lock, so it is still lockable.
So I lock it and I just lay my bedroll out on the floor, set my pack down near me. I'm gonna tie a little string from the pack, from the trident, like around the trident area to like my wrist. So if someone tries to pull on the trident, it'll like pull on my wrist.
Okay.
And I'm trying to go to sleep.
All right, so in this space, I'd say it's like probably like a 20 by 20-ish space. There's this big main space that you guys have entered in before, and then there is a door in the back that seems to be closed right now, where there is a small altar where you would walk in to the door. So you're just plopping right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Perfect.
I'm totally prepared for Galana to wake up and find me
And
here,
just
but
walk
whatever.
into you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, so time is passing because Cassandra, you've just arrived at the temple and you are sleeping. Tarvik, you are also sleeping outside, in your tent. And Rita, you're
In my
sleeping. Rita, you're sleeping downstairs on that landing right in front of the basement, and Roland is sleeping on the floors. Roland, go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Okay. As you walk outside of the gate and you find a few trees a little bit more clustered together outside of the village area. Here, we'll go like this. Outside of the village area, what are you doing? Are you laying on the ground? Are you climbing in a tree? Are you pitching something? What's happening?
I am cross-legged in hopefully a quiet, hidden place, but just with my back against a tree trunk, and I am doing what I usually do when I meditate, and yeah. Eyes are closed, and I am still.
All right. So we will fast forward in time. We'll say that 4 hours have gone by unless anyone was purposely trying to wake up. But everyone else is kind of sleeping. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we will fast forward in time. All right.
Sounds good to me.
I'm good with it.
Nice. So 4 hours. Let me roll. Make sure nothing happened to you, Roland. Okay, so Roland, during your trance, you are quietly breathing in and out, trying to focus on getting your rest. And as elves sometimes do, they sometimes have dreams and going back into past lives of theirs during their trances. And so you're enjoying what memories you may or may not have, or just listening to the rustling sound of the wind through the trees. And you notice the rustling get a little bit louder. And it's not breaking through as much because you're in your trance, you're only semi-conscious. The rustling gets a little bit louder. And then fades. As you finish your trance. With no uninvited guests to you. Tarvik, as you are resting, a dream comes to you. Something you're not really used to in your time of sleep. And you kind of wake into this dream. You're not quite sure what's going on. You're sitting in that home where you're pitching a tent right outside of, and the atmosphere is warm. There's glowing lights around, natural light, and there's a sense of wonderful food in front of you. There's a platter just laid out. Lots of great meats, cheeses, fresh bread, and lots of drink. As you are sitting around the table, enjoying, laughing, and then you see in front of you, Cassandra, Roland, and Rita, all laughing alongside with you. You guys are making jokes with each other. You guys are talking about different things, going through many adventures that you have together, and enjoying your company and time. And it's unique to you because the Tarvik in this dream is not currently the Tarvik that you are right now. This Tarvik is what you used to be, sociable, very optimistic about things, having engaging conversation and rapidly coming up with funny responses, and having a very normal social interaction, something that current you is struggling with. As you are kind of dreaming, you're not really sure what's going on, but you're leaning into this Tarvik. You're really enjoying it, and you are very happy. You feel that happiness while you were sleeping and dream. And so you continue to dream through the night, but we cut back to Roland, who wakes up from his trance naturally. So Roland, what are you doing?
Cool. Roland. Okay, so Roland is awake. He is, let me just real quick, I'm at full hit points, full hit dice, reset my spells. Okay. he is going to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to cast Disguise Self on him. He is going to cast Disguise Self. It lasts for an hour. He is going to make himself look like Galana. And then he's going to go approach the house, and whenever he gets close to the house, he'll pause, and he is going to cast Detect Magic, specifically looking for... Oh, sorry. He is also going to cast Mage Armor on himself.
Okay.
I apologize. 2 spell slots. Mage Armor and Disguise Self look like Galana, and he's walking back to the house.
Okay. Let's go back to the house here. Let me choose the map. How do you approach the house?
From the road.
Okay.
To the front door.
Alright, so you go through the front door. You do have a key to the home. You enter in.
I would check and see if for Cassandra's usual trap. Would check that.
Oh, that's right.
It's activated right now or not.
Oh, Cassandra, did you activate that on your way out?
Yeah, I didn't mention doing it, so I'll say no.
Okay. You check.
I was
Roll
tired.
Make a investigation check. You thoroughly check this thing. You are very paranoid right now, and you are checking it top to bottom. You notice no trap.
So sorry, guys. I'm kind of anxious, and I had like a list a little bit. Let me check one more thing real quick.
No problem.
So prepared.
That's what Roland would do.
Yep.
I'm trying to... Okay. Combined level equal to or less than half your visible time rounded up. That's 3. Okay, never mind. Okay. Okay, so I have at this point I have cast 3 spells. I'm casting Detect Magic. I'm looking for it. I'd actually would probably take 10 minutes. I would actually use a spell slot. I'm gonna take 10 minutes. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic outside the house. And I know the answer, but do I get a blip of the trident specifically within 30 feet of me?
No, you do not. What you do gather is what you recognized before, which was, so if you're staying where you are immediately, no. But describe to me how you go about searching it through the house.
So as stealthily as possible, I'm going to probably go over to the library and see if I can't position myself kind of above the entry to the pantry, and I'm just again looking for that blip through the floor, trying to find the trident. Having not found it, he might get frustrated and do something else. But let me know if I see anything else in that time.
Yeah.
Detect magic.
Like you've done before, when you've reached near the larder, you felt a abjuration school of magic, as well as I believe it was conjuration. So those 2 things you recognize as emanating from the entirety of the larder. So when you approach the larder, you kind of sense that. And you would know, as a practitioner of magic and you're a high intelligence, that with an abjuration, since it's protection and shielding, if something was in the larder, it may not come through. There are limitations to your detect magic where its materials block your sensing, as well as other magics could potentially block you sensing magic. So as you kind of do your detect magic, that's what you sense, the abjuration, conjuration coming from the larder.
I would like to sneak over to the landing then, and I want to poke my head through and see if I can see if anyone is there.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me. Ooh.
So bad. So cursed. I do look like Alana right now.
You do. And you do see Rita, who is asleep right now. Rita, roll a perception check for me. Again, this is going to be very high because you're sleeping.
Okay. Yeah, incapacitated. Sure.
Nope. So you were still asleep, Rita. You don't notice anything while you were sleeping and getting your rest. Roland, you do see Rita is down there sleeping.
Okay. Important point of order. When the charm spell broke, did I know that Rita had charmed me?
I don't think so. Let me double check.
There's
though.
no text about that.
Let me just read it real quick.
I do know with that charm effect specifically, it does say that if it failed, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't
but
know,
I don't know
so-
about. But
It
I don't know if
failed.
that applies if it gets canceled midway through.
There's no language about whether you know about it if you failed your saving throw. If you succeeded on your saving throw, you don't know it. That's explicit.
I'll
if you
say
failed on your saving throw after the fact, doesn't say anything.
Can I make an intelligence check to try to see?
Well, so
I don't know.
ooh. If the target succeeds on its saving throw. You know what? I'll say if the target succeeding didn't even know that it was trying to be charmed, then having failed the save, I'll say you don't know. I mean, you have the memory, but you don't know that it was a charm. Like, your actions in of itself were just being supportive of Rita anyway. So, I don't know if... yeah, roll an intelligence check for me. It's a little bit higher.
That'll help me make a decision.
I was gonna put it at 25. So I'll say, yeah, you're thinking about, hey, was I charmed? But then you kind of talk yourself out, like, oh, no, I was just being supportive of Rita.
Yeah. It's more fun this way, anyways. I'm gonna go wake up Rita.
Okay. How do you
wake up my ally?
How do you wake her up?
I'm gonna go like gently, but her shoulder and just whisper, Rita.
All right, so Rita, you hear this.
5 more minutes.
You hear it as Galana in front of you.
Shh. Rita.
Galana,
No,
Galana, what are you doing here?
Shh. No, it's me. It's Roland. It's Sky.
Roland.
Shh. Shush.
Oh,
Shush
sorry.
you. I mean it.
Sorry.
Why is Tarvik in a tent outside?
He's sleeping. I mean, I don't know. Actually, that's not the answer I would give. I didn't know he was in a tent outside. Wait, what do you mean he's in a tent outside? What are you talking about?
He's in a tent outside. When I saw him earlier. He's in a tent outside. Why? We're really bad hosts. We can talk about this later.
I thought he was
Help me
going to go
unlock-
sleep on the couch. I'm sorry. I should have said something. This is my fault.
It's okay. It's fine. He'll survive. Help me unlock the door. We need to get into this larder. And I'm gonna try the handle. Is it locked?
It is locked.
Do you have the key?
No, I don't. Cassandra didn't want me to go in there. She just wanted me to, like, stay out here and guard the door, so that's what I did. I didn't want to, like, raise suspicion.
Where's Cassandra? Is she in her room?
Maybe, yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm guessing she was gonna go take a rest as well.
Do you think she has the key? Do you know?
Rita, make a deception check for me as you're talking to Roland.
Okay.
Roland, make a insight check for me.
Inside? Okay. Do you want me to GM it, or?
You can roll it
Oh jeez.
normal. Oh no! Oh no!
Only thing that Roland does.
Oh no, both are terrible. Okay, well they're not terrible, but they're not the best. All right, so Rita, continue.
Yeah, I bet she has it. It's probably like under a pillow or something. I don't know.
Okay. Come on. Let's go upstairs. Or do you want to stay here to not arouse suspicion? Or do you want to come with me? You should come with me.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Need you. Alright, so we're gonna sneak up to Cassandra's room.
Okay.
There's no one to hear us. And
Roll a
I'm gonna try
stealth check
her door
anyway.
handle.
Roll a stealth
Roll
check. You guys are
stealth check.
sneaking. Both of you roll stealth.
Not too bad. Excuse me.
All right. Continue.
We are so good at this, Rita. We're so good at this.
It's the dream team.
I'm gonna try Cassandra's door. Is it locked?
Cassandra, do you lock it?
Yeah, I would be a paranoid rogue.
Mm-hmm. Cassandra has the door locked, so it's locked.
Alright, so Roland's gonna think about it for a second, and he's gonna pull Rita back down the stairs to what he thinks out of earshot. Okay, so if we have to force a lock, it doesn't make sense to force it on her bedroom. We might as well just force the lock down here. Yeah?
Yeah, that makes Rita is still sort of like wiping the sleep out of her eyes, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Late at night. Early morning.
I'm so sorry. Do you have anything for picking a lock?
Oh boy. I don't know. I've got crossbow bolts. You can probably stick those into a locks. Maybe probably not. They're probably too big. I don't think so.
Rita, there's no choice. Alright. I'm gonna have to break this door. So here's the plan.
That seems pretty extreme. I mean, maybe there's another way into the larder. Like, what if we got out and dug a hole? Just dug a hole.
I feel like it would be easier to
the
make
larder.
the hole through the door.
Yeah. But we can fill the hole back up. The door is going to be more complicated to put back together. And didn't someone say that this thing's magic? If we break the door, what if we break the magic? We don't want to do that.
I mean, I don't think I can dig a hole very fast from the outside. Are there windows to the larder? Do I remember? Is there any other?
No. When you were down
stone
there,
or portion of the walls exposed?
No. When you were down there, no windows at all. Wall to wall to wall.
Is it completely underground? Even if I went outside and punched a hole in the lowest part of the wall, it wouldn't get into the larder?
With your intelligence, just based on how the house is situated on the land, you would know that the basement or the larder is completely underground, like a basement.
Okay. I'm either punching it through this door, or I'm gonna go to the library and punch it through the floor. Which do you prefer I do?
Oh, jeez. I mean, Roland. This is our house. We have to pay taxes on it. Come on.
Fix it later. We can fix it later. I'm very good at fixing things.
Okay, just do whatever you want, Roland. It's fine.
Okay. I am going to Okay, so here's the plan, Rita. It's gonna be loud. So we're gonna get in there, and we're gonna find it, and then we're gonna run away, okay?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay. Shoot, I did not have this fully figured out. I made some poor decisions about which spells I unattuned from in order to have some other new ones. I took off. Yeah, I took off. Yeah, I'm narrating this out loud to Rita. I took off both Magic Missile and Thunder Wave. All I have is Fireball and Flaming Sphere.
Oh, the fireball.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry. It was such a poor decision.
Listen, Roland. okay, before you do anything drastic, I don't want to burn the house down. Maybe there's like tools somewhere in the house, some low tech, low magic solution to get in here. Maybe like a shovel or a pickaxe or something. Or, I mean, like, this is a mining town. We can go find a pickaxe somewhere.
Let's go to the kitchen and try to find a knife and see if we can't jimmy the lock. I'm gonna go waste 10 minutes
Now,
trying to.
now you're talking like an intelligent, well-reasoned individual.
Gonna waste like however long it takes to try to do that. I'm gonna bend all of our knives. They're all like just bent horribly.
Oh no. Ellie, okay, so you go into the kitchen. There are many knives for you to choose from. The kitchen was fully stocked with equipment. So you try and find the thinnest and the smallest knives that you can. You probably get like 3 that are pretty decently small and thin that you think would suffice for trying to lockpick or jimmy the lock. So describe to me, after you search through the kitchen, describe to me what you're trying to do with these.
I'm gonna find the smallest, pointiest knife. I'm gonna shove it into the keyhole, and I'm going to use my non-existent strength to. Honestly, I'm just gonna break the handle off of it. That's probably all that happens.
So you trying
hold on, Roland. If you break the handle, like if it's a deadbolt, that's not going to do anything.
Oh. Well, you do it then.
Okay.
Like what? Like
Yeah.
you think like maybe the knife up here at the deadbolt and like.
Yeah, we can maybe try to pass the knife through and
So, you guys
Yeah.
would know with your own rooms, all of these locks are the same. You know it's just a door knob and lock. There's no deadbolt necessarily.
Oh, okay.
It's like a standard door lock.
Is it a skeleton key? Is it like the same key can get every lock, every door in the house?
You can try. Would
Surely
you like
not.
to try your key?
Yes, I would like to try my key, please.
So you try your own personal room key and you go in, and it moves like half of a centimeter, but it doesn't go any further than that.
Very angsty. Can I try using like the knife to, I don't know, wedge it into like the keyhole and like jam the tumbler and try to get it to like force itself open?
Yeah, you can certainly try. Go ahead and roll roll a dexterity check for me with disadvantage.
80.
You put in the smallest and thinnest knife that you could possibly find, and it is pretty small and thin, and you try and maneuver your way in there, and you're bouncing around. You hear some tings and tangs in there as you continuously try the doorknob, but it's not budging for you, and you pull out the knife and it is bent up.
Reed, I need more ideas.
I mean, maybe the knife or the fork, whatever you used, wasn't the solution. Like, do we have any like wire coat hangers or anything like that we could unspool? I don't know if there are wire hangers in this setting.
You got wooden hangers, I would say, but not wire.
Okay, fair enough.
What if we both rushed it, like just shoulder to door?
Oh no.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
It's gonna be kind of loud.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, but like, okay, he's. I don't know. You're right. It would be kind of loud, but here's the thing: if we succeed, then we can probably get it and like run out really fast, and no one will notice. I think it's worth a shot.
Okay. Actually, I maybe have one other idea. Maybe, I don't know. I guess maybe can I make an intelligence roll even? Well, I don't know. But here's my idea.
Mm-hmm.
If I can see the tumbler and I know how locks work, I assume that there's cylinders that need to like rotate up. If I'm like very careful with how I use the spell, could I use something like levitate in order to like shift the tumblers up into position and unlock the door?
Levitate. My instinct is no, but let me just read it for I don't wanna.
It just makes an object rise vertically. But I do have to see the object. and it might be
Yeah,
too
and the
small or too
tumblers
hard
are
to see.
too. Yeah, I would say no. But very good idea.
Okay. Maybe
And Roland's
if
crafty.
I cast, maybe if I cast Ray of Frost on the key lock, then whenever we, shoulder to door, maybe that'll like make it snap. What do you think, Rita?
I have no idea anything about that and whether it'll help or not, but I don't know. It's worth a shot. We can do it.
Well, I feel like it'd be quieter and more localized damage if I used like a smaller cantrip spell. Maybe I can like shocking grasp like to melt the metal or something. I'm going to cast Ray of Frost. I guess Ray of Frost is supposed to be at range. I'm worried I'm gonna hurt myself doing it like up close.
How about this? How about we
going to-
take a little break right here so that you have a little bit of time because it's perfect time. This is when my timer went off. So we'll have a 10-minute break, you guys, and then we can come back and pick up right where we've left off here.
I'm so excited about getting
Sounds
through this
good.
door, you guys. It's gonna be so rewarding. We can get through it.
All right, so see you
Just-
guys in
what-
10. Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So we can jump back in where we started. So, Rita and Roland.
You know,
We'll probably need. Go ahead.
Roland, before we try anything that's really destructive and like making that loud noise, there might be other options. Like if we just, I don't know, look around the house or even like look around the town. Like I don't know, maybe one of these shops or one of these houses isn't locked. We can go around and maybe like find something that can help us get through this a little bit more quietly.
I mean, I'm not sure what we would find. It's not like you or I know how to pick a lock, even if we had the proper tools.
Yeah, but like I don't know, maybe we can find some other way to like get through the door without, causing too much damage to it. Like if we can just, take it apart, like I'm sure that there's carpenter's tools somewhere in this town.
May I suggest that Rita roll a persuasion check?
Like Bill and Phil, I bet they've got something we can use.
Oh man. Yeah, Rita, go ahead and roll. Oh,
Okay.
oh, nat
Wow.
20.
There it is.
Yep, I cannot beat that. Okay, so what do you think? Do you think we should split up? I think you're right. I think that maybe if we could like take off the hinges, maybe we can find like a hammer or a crowbar, maybe we can take apart the door rather than opening the door. Yeah?
Right, exactly. And here's the thing. I kind of need to stay here because if I'm not here, that could like arouse some suspicion. But everyone thinks that you're like up in your room, so you're sort of free to go around and look for this stuff if you'd like to.
As a note, you guys
Actually,
would
so-
remember seeing in the barn some tools. Like you would have seen like a hoe, a shovel, maybe like an axe, a pickaxe.
Okay.
No
Good to know.
crowbar.
I
but,
remember that, but
shed tools.
Rita, there's definitely tools in the shed, but I'm a little worried about Tarvik being out there and sneaking past him. I feel like maybe you need to distract him. Another point of order, has disguise self that only lasts an hour worn off?
No, you're still
probably
within the
has.
hour.
Within my hour? Okay. So,
I'd say you have like
okay.
10 minutes left of it though. But you're still within it.
Minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay. Rita, come help me steal stuff from the shed. I feel like I need you to help me distract Tarvik because I'm not so good at stealthing. It's not my strong suit. And
Okay, yeah, I'll go with you, and I'll keep a lookout and make sure that no one comes and follows you into the shed.
yeah, but I still look like Alana, so hopefully this will all be all right. But only for another 10 minutes. So, yeah, okay. Okay,
Yeah,
we can do this.
I can tell Tarvik that I'm helping Galana to find some shears because the temple has like some bushes that are overgrowing, and now is the perfect time to cut back the bushes.
In the middle
Okay,
of the
okay,
night.
new plan.
In the middle of the
Maybe a
night,
new plan.
it's a lot
Okay,
easier.
okay. Well, here's a new plan potentially. Um, you and Cassandra discovered that I was not in my room, and you decided to let Tarvik keep sleeping because you want to let him sleep.
Yeah, exactly. That the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
plan is for him to sleep. Yeah.
And you all decided to go look for me, and Galana is helping you, and that's why Galana's here right now. And you thought you saw me coming back to the house, and that's why you're back at the house, and that I might be in the barn, and that's why.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
That sounds like a really good plan.
Okay. Okay. But we're gonna convince Tarvik just to go back to sleep because we got it handled, and we want him to rest.
Yep. He needs to rest, and he knows that, so
Yeah.
he'll comply.
Okay. Okay. So, gonna go outside, and I'm going to try to stealth into the barn, making a wide path around Tarvik. So hopefully he doesn't hear me.
Make a stealth check.
That's not too bad. That's alright.
No, yeah, and with that, you are sneaking along, making a little bit of noise as you go, as your foot squishes into the ground a little bit. But all in all, pretty stealthy. Tarvik, I'm not gonna have you roll perception because it was a decent roll. So Roland, you sneak your way up to the barn.
So
the doors are open, and make a perception check for me. What are you looking for?
Perception or investigation? I'm looking for a hammer or crowbar, something that I can pry with.
Your choice.
Investigation, much better. Yeah.
Very nice. You find both.
Okay.
They're kind of
Going
leaning
to
against the side of the
take
wall.
both.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, taking both, going back inside.
All right. I'll say we continue to use stealth.
So, while Roland was inside of the shed, and I am out here, I want to go ahead and use my last first level spell slot to cast Silent Image and create a Tarvik.
Okay. Where are you creating a Tarvik?
Sort of within the line of sight of the um the barn, so that Roland will be able to see that this Tarvik is here. And I'm just gonna act like I'm talking to Tarvik.
Okay, so you're what, like here? I'm moving your token, and you're creating an image like right here, or right here?
Yeah, something like that. Pretty much, yeah.
All right, and you're actually going to be talking, or you're like mouthing?
I'm gonna be like whispering.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna actually be talking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually talk.
All right, so you're out here. You create the silent image, and I'm assuming the image is of Tarvik facing you, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. All right, great. So Roland, as you are trying to make your way out, Rita, roll a performance check for me. See how well you're presenting yourself doing this. You're pretty good at this. Yeah. You see, as you're walking out, you hear Rita's voice, and when you take a look, you see Rita, and you see Tarvik, his back face towards you, but Rita is talking to him. What are you saying, Rita?
I'm saying to Tarvik, I'm just saying, yeah, it's been, kind of a weird night. I woke up a couple of hours ago. Roland, he's not in his room anymore. So we're just kind of, looking around for him. We thought he might be here. And if I see Roland come out of the barn, I am going to sort of try to subtly, like, hint to him to go back into the barn. Like, give him a head flick.
Oh, a head flick. Okay. Roland, so you see Rita talking to Tarvik, and what are you doing? You hear this kind of conversation happen. You look over.
Roland's first instinct is to hide.
Okay.
Because it might be interesting, if you allow it, I want to roll a d20. On a high roll, I head back to the barn to hide, and on a low roll, I'm going to head into Tarvik's tent to hide.
Oh my god.
All right, yeah, I'll allow it. I'm all about the chaos.
Going into Tarvik's tent!
All right, so describe to me your panic as you do this.
So Roland's not going to notice right away, and he's going to get like a little bit too far away from the barn to like feel like he can make it back.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, he sees Tarvik talking to Rita, and going to kind of do that thing where he shuffles a little bit one way, and then shuffles back, and then shuffles that way again, kind of indecisively, and then just dives towards the entrance of the tent, and just ducks in.
Okay, so you dive and you duck in, and to your surprise, you collide with a body in your rush to just kind of sneak in here. Make a stealth check for me as you try and do this. I'll say with disadvantage because you're kind of panicking. Oh, same thing. Okay, cool.
I'm still holding the hammer and the crowbar in my hands.
That's exactly the same 4 rolls back to back.
Oh.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, being very consistently stealthy.
So, okay, so you dive in, and I'll say you haven't made a huge ruckus, but you do brush into the body of this sleeping Tarvik inside the tent. Rita, you see Roland dive in because you were trying to motion in, and you're not actually talking to Tarvik, so you see her dive into the tent. What are you guys doing?
There is an audible facepalm that you can hear from within the tent. I'm gonna drop silent image.
Okay. Tarvik, what's your
and
passive?
I'm just gonna wait.
16, yep.
So you were woken up by this, I'll say, because Roland is in direct proximity and bumped into you, despite trying to be, as quiet and as stealthy as possible doing this.
All right. Here's what I want to do.
What are you 3 doing?
I imagine that I'm facing the other way. I want to roll over with his dark brown eyes. Just roll over, make direct eye contact with Roland. And because I've been sleeping by myself for quite a bit and used to protecting myself, I'd imagine my axe is probably located pretty close by to me.
Reasonable.
I just want to grab it. I just want to look at him, a direct eye contact, and grab my axe.
All right. Roland and Rita, what are you doing?
Can Roland in his panic? Roland in his panic is going to process a lot of information very quickly. I think he would instinctively, like as this folds out, throw the hammer at Tarvik and then try to exit the tent.
Okay. All right. So we're holding on that. All right. So Rita, what would your instinct be right now, as you face palm?
I mean, I'm face palming. Oh no. I guess I'm gonna walk toward the entrance of the tent, but just walking, like I'm not rushing or anything.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here, make a little tent. Roland, I'll say you know what, for both of you, Tarvik and Roland, roll initiative for me to see how quickly both of you are gonna react.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't select that, but.
All right, so Roland, you go ahead and throw the hammer. Make a. What was it?
It would be a
unarmed,
12,
so
no
roll...
proficiency.
I
think it'd just be a strength check, right?
No, so the
like
unarmed attack is a strength plus your. You're not proficient in hammer, so just make a make a roll a d20 and then add your strength. Add your strength mod.
Okay, so that's -1.
Oh,
But
okay.
I will say, okay, that would miss. Even
But-
I would not be wearing heavy armor to sleep in.
Exactly.
So my AC would be 12.
All right.
Which would be enough to dodge the hammer attack.
Exactly.
Isn't it like a weird thing too, where he's like prone, so it's like hard to hit him when I throw things? Maybe. I don't know how that
You're
would
right.
work.
He's prone. But you're next to him in the tent because you dove in. It's not a big tent.
Oh, either way, I probably.
And also prone.
Yeah. So.
For sure.
That's right.
But for my
All right. So you
for
throw
my
the
movement,
hammer.
I'm going. For my movement, I would like to exit the tent and stand up from prone. And
Okay.
step away if I can.
So we'll say you're going for your movement. Let me put some grid on this so that we can see. Didn't think I would need a grid here.
I don't know. I think we're doing a lot of work for what I was going to do was just threaten him with the axe and then hope he just left and then get
Oh.
Rita to talk to me later. So I wasn't planning on attacking him.
Okay.
So
Alright, so you go and move and you're just like taking a look at him, you see him dart off, and you just let him go.
I'm just gonna let him go.
Alright.
Yep. I will look up, probably seeing Rita hiding her face.
So Rita, Rita during this whole commotion has sort of been walking over.
Mhm.
And I think what I was planning to do was when Roland got out to grab like his hand and like run with him around the house.
Alright, so
to try to help.
You're trying to walk.
To help him get out of there.
You walk to the tent, and you feel like a thud against part of the tent. You see like some object that hits the side of the tent. And that's the hammer that missed Tarvik as it kind of swooshes down to the bottom of the tent. And then you see Roland dart out from the back. What are you doing? You dart out
I see
after him?
Galana dart out from the back,
Oh,
right?
you see Galana dart out. Oh, that's right. Oh, Tarvik. You
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
have seen Roland. It was just a strange woman.
I mean, same reaction, I guess.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, grab your...
strange woman in my tent equals the same reaction, I suppose. And also, when she threw a hammer at me, same reaction again.
Fair. Very fair. Alright, so, Rita, are you chasing after Roland?
A little bit, yeah. Like, I want to help him get out of there, and then I want to circle back, is kind of my idea.
Okay, Roland, where are you going as you run?
Okay, I'm actually going to. Roland's still panicking. He thinks this is all very much happening. He is going to cast Sleep at 3rd level on Tarvik
Okay.
and force him into a magical sleep at this
Alright,
point.
roll for it. See how many hit points you have, Tarvik.
35.
Alright.
3rd level might help.
Nope, not enough.
Mm-mm.
Still
31.
awake. Still not moving, though. So, like... I can tell he's casting a spell, though, right?
Yeah, this is a verbal and somatic.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna lay
Immaterial.
down. I'm going to. Can I fake going to sleep? It's not my best skill, but can I just like lay down and not move and hope that he buys it?
Do you know the spell Sleep as a cleric?
I don't think I do.
So
No, I would
wouldn't,
not.
You wouldn't know what kind of spell this was, I will say. So
Okay, then.
you know he
Well, then-
tried to cast something at you.
All right. Well, then I'm just going. Still laying down. Still just holding at this point. Just holding my great axe.
Mhm.
Still not getting up. That will be how I spend my turn, quote unquote.
All right. So Rita's running up behind you, Roland, as you're trying to run away.
Rita's within 20 feet of Tarvik, and I think technically she has less hit points than him.
She has 37.
Actually, no. I have more hit points than
Yeah.
Tarvik.
Never mind.
I'm pretty low on hit points, so
Never mind. Poor Roland. It's just low. Okay. Never mind then.
Rita's gonna grab Roland's hand and try to run with him around the side of the house,
Mhm.
like back toward the kitchen.
Alright, so you guys
Okay.
are running.
So Roland knows that Rita just tricked him. Right. He's processing a lot right now.
You're processing
Roland.
a lot.
Roland, what was that? Like, Tarvik just turned around and chased after you. I was in the middle of talking him down.
All right, wait.
What were you
okay.
doing?
So this is perfect. So as Rita is saying that, Rita, make a deception check, and Roland, make an insight check with advantage. Because some weird stuff just happened.
Even with the deception high, I feel like it's still hard to convince me I saw something very different than what literally just happened. But I don't know. You tell me, how
hold
does
on.
Roland feel about this?
I know, yeah, wow. Nat 20, Rita. Yeah, I don't want to go against the dice because the dice is so critical, but that was okay, so how do we explain this? There is you might feel okay, so
if I can offer a suggestion,
yeah. Yeah.
I think at the minimum, Roland is convinced that Rita believes what she is saying is what happened.
Yeah, so Roland, you saw exactly what you saw and you felt exactly what you felt. You have your facts in your mind. But then Rita comes in and you believe that she thinks whatever she's saying is true.
Tarvik's got some weird abilities, Rita. Like,
We just met him. Like, we've known him for less than a day. Like, who knows what he can do? He's insane. He just like turned around, then he was gone. Into the tent. It was incredible.
yeah. Come on. Do you think we should go back for the hammer, or do you think the crowbar will be enough? I don't really want to go back. Let's just go.
You put him to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go. It's fine.
Oh no, if I put him to sleep, then it's fine to go back. Like, we could get the hammer.
Right, but we might wake him back up again.
He's magically
And like
asleep,
now,
so as long as we don't
like
do
I
any
mean,
damage to my
if
people
he's
to-
asleep, like I think he's just gonna finish like his sleep. Honestly, if he's asleep, but if we wake him up again, I mean, like he might, he saw this strange woman go into his tent and he freaked out.
Yeah, let's just try the crowbar. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna head to the larder door and try to crowbar it open.
Okay, I'll say at this point your disguise self has faded, so you're back to Roland, and you go and try.
Okay.
And were you trying to break down the door?
Yeah, I'm going to try to maybe, actually, a point of order. When he gets a moment to catch his breath, he is going to use his action for his Pearl of Power to regain his spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at the door, I'm gonna take the crowbar. If I can like see the hinges, if they're like on this side, I'm going to try to pop the ball bearing up, the rod portion up, or if that doesn't work, I'll try to just pinch the plate off using the crowbar.
So the hinge
dig it into the wood.
is on the inside of the larder, and the door opens into the larder.
That actually makes more sense. In that case, I'm going to try to physically pry the wood like away from the hardware of the knob, the handle knob, and see if I can't like weaken the connection between like the metal and wood to the point where it'll like give and I don't know, like make it a little easier to like cut through the door there.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll with your strength, just your strength. So same thing as what we did before. D20 plus your strength modifier.
Rita, come help me with this.
Yeah, I'll help, and I am going to not help at all, but try to look like I'm helping.
What's
That's
your...
a 7.
Oh, that's -1, right? Okay, so you try with all your strength to jam into the wood, and you see that it does go into the wood a little bit, but not as much damage as you were hoping. It essentially didn't hit, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Alright, Rita, step back with me. I feel like there's no choice, and I'm going to pull her back 5 feet, and then I'm going to cast Firebolt at the door.
Okay.
Maybe after I do it, maybe like maybe we should get like a thing of water just to be able to douse it afterwards. But
You're saying this as you do the
23 to
fireball.
as I do the firebolt,
After you rolled.
after I rolled.
Yeah. So that hits, and you see the crackling fire start burning the wood. Okay. Give me 1 second.
So just FYI on the description of firebolt, it does say that any flammable object hit by the spell ignites.
Yes.
So however you would like to rule that, but
Well, so the wood is on fire in the place where you had
Mhm.
done the firebolt. I just need to make sure that I have the hit points of a door. So give me 1 second. I have a few items here that I can probably reference.
Roland, now we're gonna need a new door.
okay, just a door.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not just a door. It's the door that like fits this entryway and goes into the larder and has this magic on it.
Rita,
Like,
Rita,
Roland, I
need
don't
you
know
to
if we can
understand-
replace this. I don't know if we can replace this.
I need you to understand that even if we can't replace the door, I need to get in there. This is important. Yeah?
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like we could have gone like around and like looked for carpenter's tools, like I said, not just a crowbar, but like something that we can use to like safely dismantle it and put it back up, and then we would still have a door afterwards.
Okay, so you guys see that the wood is starting to burn and crackle with the fire, but it is not inflaming the entire thing. Right now, the door is still standing, but it is burning. You feel the heat.
Maybe
It's not too late, Roland. We can find a less destructive option.
maybe you'll get a bucket of water, and I'm going to cast Firebolt at it again.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna run up and go to the kitchen to find a bucket of water.
If you want to make like a persuasion roll, maybe that's okay. But right now, Roland is a little desperate. So without a roll, he's gonna cast it again, and probably miss. Somehow managed to miss the door. That's
I feel
fine.
like as
You try and cast, as you're trying to explain to Rita, you're like focusing your conversation to her, and you just go ahead and do the firebolt. You end up going right towards the metal handle, and it doesn't appear to catch any of the wood, it seems.
He's just gonna keep doing it until the door is down, being as careful as possible.
Yeah, I'll say eventually in time, you go ahead and burn down this door. However, the flames are starting to spread a little bit past the door.
Have I made it back with my bucket of water yet?
Not yet. As you ran out as Roland was shooting the firebolts. So Roland, right now, Rita is away. Let's update this. So you're over here. Rita is, I'll say Rita, you're in the kitchen, you're filling water.
Can I use my evocation ability to sculpt spells to it says I can make creatures automatically succeed on saving throws against a spell, so it probably wouldn't apply.
Yeah, I'd say it's not a creature.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Roland is very torn right now, but he'll probably prioritize putting out the water first, but as quickly as possible, like as soon as it's like he feels like it's okay that the house is not going to burn down.
How are you doing that?
He's gonna go get water too.
Okay, you're also getting water. Okay, so you try and run out, and with the both of you, you guys put out the fire in time.
Actually, he might. What Rose's gonna do? Never mind. He didn't do that. He didn't want to have that. So, okay. So the fire's out and the door to the larder is open.
It is charred.
Roland, this was crazy. Just burned down a door. You just broke down a door.
Torvik. The chat, that's great.
I really believed in you, Roland. Like I really believed that you wouldn't go to this extreme. Oh
Just
man.
the door.
Can
And
you like I know that there's supposed to be like magic on this place. Can you like at least try to figure out if you like disrupted that?
Roland will cast Detect Magic, because he was going to anyways, to find the trident. And is the protection magic still present in the larder?
It is. You still sense abjuration and conjuration.
I'll convey that to Rita. It's okay. There's still protection magic in the larder. It wasn't apparently associated just to the door. You're right, it was just
It's
a
like
door.
it's the walls, the ceiling, the floor. It has all of it is radiating the abjuration conjuration magic.
And he'll tell that to Rita. And say frustratingly, help me look for it. I don't think the spell I can't pinpoint it down here. Help me look for the trident. Please, Rita.
I thought it was like just in the middle of the room. Is it not? Oh, this is why Cassandra wouldn't let me in. She hid it somewhere. Ah, she didn't want us to like find out. Okay, yeah. We need to like look around down here.
Yeah, so sorry, I was just reading the messages. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to make an investigation check to try to, I mean, really, Roland's looking for it, but I want to know whether or not I feel confident that I have fully searched the larder to feel like I know it's not there.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
you search inch and inch and you feel pretty confident it is nowhere here.
Rita, it's not here.
Are you sure? I mean, like I feel like we just got started. Like there's so many boxes and things that
Rita,
like
I've opened all of them. It's not here.
but like there's the wine caskets and shelves. Like have we checked behind all of them?
All of them. Focus me, Rita. Is it possible that Cassandra or Tarvik could have taken it out of here?
I mean, are we sure we didn't like miss anything?
I'm so sure, Rita. Come on, come with me, and I'm going to. So here's the weird thing. He feels confident that once he's outside the larder, that his spell would ping the trident if it was just in like their rooms or something like that.
All right, so we will actually cut scene here and we go to Cassandra.
Okay.
Cassandra, as sleep takes you in this shrine and temple of Lux, an odd sensation comes to you. You typically have some dreams during, your long rests, your sleep in the night, and sometimes they're dreamless. But the feeling that comes to you is reminiscent of the times, I should say, that the Raven Queen has visited you in your sleep. You feel a cold sensation going to very hot and then transitioning back to cold, leaving you almost with a dull, numb sensation where you can't quite tell what temperature feeling that you're having as this temperature washes over your entire body and you are in pitch dark. You're conscious, but there's nothing around you. You take a step forward. Again, you feel some resistance against your feet, almost like you're in some liquid. And you put your foot down, splash. You seem to be standing in something shallow, liquidy. You continue to walk forward, not knowing where you are. And you turn to your left, and all of a sudden, you see this grotesque eye looking at you. An eye that has come to you in a vision before. Very familiar. And I'm actually going to show it to everyone. Maybe.
I see it.
Okay. That comes to you again, crystal clear, even more so than the times that you've seen before. And it is large in scale, almost as large as your body, and it's growing in size as it nears you. And then all of a sudden, it whooshes away into darkness. As you turn around trying to see it again, it doesn't appear again. You feel your consciousness fade from this as you continue your night of long rest. And then we will go back to Roland and Rita.
Roland would like to persuade or intimidate Rita to he thinks he just needs to get her to focus and answer his very direct question about, like, if one of them could have taken it away, which one, so that he knows which direction to go, and wants her to answer his question of which of where could the trident be, and to think about it and take it seriously. Is that something he could do?
So your persuasion or intimidation, tell me how you do it, and that will depend on what role it is.
Roland's gonna look at her desperately, and he's gonna put hands on either side of her, on her, like to her head, and just plead with her with an almost like manic expression of, this is important. This is so important. I need you right now, Rita. I need you to tell me. You have to remember where the trident could be. I would say it's only intimidation if she finds him scary. He's not actually trying to scare. Like, he doesn't care if he scares her right now, but he's not like trying to threaten her.
I'm leaning towards a desperate persuasion. You can roll persuasion, Rita, knowing what you know, that Roland is cursed. You can roll. You know what? No roll. It is your choice as a character what you would do, seeing this from Roland.
Oh, Roland. It really tears me up to see you like this, and I put like a hand on his shoulder. I haven't been entirely forthright with you this evening. The truth is that Cassandra has the trident. She took it and she's run with it. And I mean, your obsession with it it's just put me off. I think that, you know, you need to get away from this thing, go cold turkey. But seeing the pain that you're in, I can see that you need it. I can see that you're not going to get better by going cold turkey, that this whole strategy is going to end up hurting you more than it helps you. Cassandra took the trident in a rowboat back out into the middle of the lake. She's going to toss it into the lake, in the deepest part.
Roll a deception for me.
Oh, Rita, you had me going.
I roll insight.
Yes, you can. You believe her.
Roland believes her. Roland is upset. Roland is going to get like still, and his manic expression is going to kind of fade back to like his normal, just kind of, well, not normal, but just like kind of a blank expression. He says, "You lied to me. You've been Whole time. Been lying. Whole time. And he's going to cast sleep at the 3rd level on her and attempt to knock her out. I don't know if he can. But
Okay.
he'll try.
Okay.
Rita, you have 37, right?
Currently, actually, did I get a short rest when I was sleeping before? Because if so,
Well,
I would have
I
spent
got
the
4
hit
hours.
dice.
So
It's part of your long rest. So yeah.
Okay.
You would have I don't know. Is there a
I would.
rolling
I would.
like if you were doing your long rest, if you're halfway through, no, you would have gone a short rest. Yes, you would have.
Okay. So then I will spend a hit die and get myself up to 38.
Oh, look at that.
It was 1 under from. Oh, geez.
Oh,
that's 40.
You-
That's 40.
That's 40.
all right. So, Roland, in your hurt, you were feeling so hurt from Rita's betrayal that you go ahead and start muttering and moving your fingers around towards Rita, and you cast sleep. Roland. Where are you casting this?
I'm going to center the spell around Rita,
Mhm.
specifically. It only keeps her asleep for a minute, which
Okay.
I kind of forgot about that. We might have had a different strategy, knowing Karvik would have been awake after a minute, but he was distracted, so it's okay.
So Roland, you center this around Rita, and you move your hands and you're speaking this sleep incantation spell, and your vision starts to get blurry as you see nothing in front of you. Rita, you see Roland, and you've seen him cast spells before. You see him try and cast this spell towards you, and he instead closes his eyes and drops to the ground. As
I will not
Roland,
try to catch him.
Wait,
Roland,
it doesn't. Does it affect me?
It doesn't specify that the magic user cannot be affected by this.
Oh.
So creatures that has the lowest current hit points
Wait,
falls
hang on.
unconscious.
Hang on.
Oh my god.
Is Roland an elf? Yes?
It is.
I
Yeah,
can't
he
really
is.
fall asleep.
Yeah,
But
you can't go to sleep by magical means, so
Oh, really?
he's immune from it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I
What
forget
is-
what that
here's-
ability
here's
is,
the question,
but
though. Does the spell
Roland's
fizzle,
immune
or-
to it.
Oh, magic can't put you to sleep. All right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're right.
But,
oh.
but I assume it also fails on Rita too, because it tried to do it to me and just didn't work, or did it not target me because I'm immune?
Well, it would have tried you, but because you're immune, it wouldn't have. And then so it goes. Well, hold on. Lowest current hit points. So before moving on to the creature. Yeah, no. So Roland, as you go and cast this spell, Rita doesn't fall asleep. She's just standing there looking at you. And Rita, you saw that Roland was trying to cast at you. Oh, so interesting.
Roland, I'm on your side. I've always been on your side. I've been trying to do what's best for you. Now I see that really helping you is the right thing to do. We can still catch her, okay? She's been in there rowing by herself. The two of us, we can catch her.
Roll another deception
Don't.
check for me, please. Oh, wow. Roland, can you
I-
beat that at all?
No.
Okay.
I fully believe that Rita believes what she's saying, but
Yes.
I'm still hurt.
Yes, you are.
And I'm going to say to her, I'll catch her myself. Stay here, and I'm going to exit the house and run towards the beach.
Okay. So I will say this is a good stopping point. As I mentioned before, we're going to stop short for a little while. But before we do, Cassandra, as you continue your sleep, You kind of rustle awake from this, and you kind of remember it, and then you kind of fall back asleep again as you continue your night. The same dream comes to you, but in a different format. You are in your home with all of the others, enjoying your time, drinking, eating, playing jokes on each other, laughing, telling stories. And all of a sudden, the atmosphere grows colder. And then it starts to become insufferable. Not a coldness that you're used to, but a magical coldness of darkness starts to envelop the house. All of you are looking at each other, Cassandra, Tarvik, Cromwell, Rita, Roland, all of you start to kind of look around, and it's strange. You're kind of preparing yourselves for weapons, as you normally do. And then all of a sudden, your friends are gone. It's just you standing there in the house. What do you do?
They just disappeared, like just vanished.
You're looking around for anything, you're being wary, and as you turn back to them, they just disappear. They're not there. You know what? You didn't even see them disappear. They just are gone out of your sight.
Okay. I guess I'll take out my short swords, and make sure I'm on defense. And I'll yell out, "Who's there?"
You hear nothing. And then, ever so ominously, you hear whispers, kind of undulating around you. And the whispers and the darkness seem to be moving, kind of in almost like a foggy-like pattern throughout the house. And it seems like there's more darkness coming from the kitchen area as you were in the dining room.
Okay. I will head that way, with my short swords out, and
Your short swords out.
I'll use a divine sense too, just to see if it's celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet.
You go ahead and invoke that. You don't feel anything. But you feel this chilling death from this environment. And like I said, there's it seems to be enveloping from the kitchen area. So you walk towards it. Weapons at the ready.
Okay, yeah.
You push open the kitchen door. It seems to be coming from outside.
Okay. I'm gonna try and look out the window. Is there a window there?
Not of the door, no.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I will open the door, and look and see what's in the backyard.
You open the door, and as soon as you do, right in front of you, a large, 10-foot visage of the eye that you saw before is appearing, staring at you. And you feel your life just drain from your body as it is staring at you. And then all of a sudden, it's black. You kind of wake up a little bit from your sleep. Nothing around you. Just the sanctuary of the church, the temple.
We gotta get this eye.
And then you go back to sleep. And that is where we end tonight's session here. So, thank you guys. That was
awesome.